Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Ash and Rima from Mass Effect Odyssey, and today we bring you another theory, and we will begin this video by saying that this is pretty much along the same lines as what we did for the Stargazer video, which is we just had a conversation on Skype, and now it's turned into some random theory. So we will
it's a
say
random video, so
a random
please.
video, random theory, and it is very much a theory, but it's something we come up with.
It's also we're recording it like past 11 o'clock at night.
It's past
so
11 o'clock at night, and we wanted to get it recorded while it was still fresh in our minds. So this theory is very much our own, as far as we know.
we have no evidence to back it up.
No, we don't, but we haven't seen anything else so far, so yeah. But basically, this is in regards to the trailer and kind of links into one of the previous theory videos that I did solo a little while ago. And this is in regards to having more than one main playable character. Most people would have seen examples of this in Halo 2, where you play as the Chief and the Arbiter, and obviously upcoming in Halo 5, where you get to play as Locke and also as Chief. So we think that the character in the trailer, the main N7, is a playable character and a main playable character potentially throughout the entirety of the game, while also being a playable character, which is the character that obviously that we come in later on, where like the Bioware blog says, our playable character is a completely separate character that isn't in the trailer at this point. So yes, that's the kind of the main part of the theory, and we feel like it's a potentially plausible theory purely because it kind of makes sense in the way the trailer works.
Yeah, we're putting a lot of when we say we think or we think this.
It's a lot
theory,
of think.
This is like we like to think. Like it's more of a it's more of like a thought. It's not really a definite. Like, I wouldn't even say it's a theory, it's just a thought.
It's a thought.
That's why we went with the Stargazer theory as well. It's a thought. It's
Yes.
not. It's just something we kind of like rush to think about. But yeah, we're putting a lot of emphasis in this trailer.
Yes.
Because the trailer's literally all we have going for us.
Yes.
For the last couple of months. Most of the theories come out from the trailer because that's all we have.
Yes.
But this main character in the trailer was very important. Bioware made it very, very clear that this character was important. But they also made it very clear that it's not going to be your main character. So that kind of leads you to two alleys. Either this character is going to be really important to plot, maybe an enemy or something, or it's going to be very central to gameplay. So we've already kind of talked about how maybe this character may be maybe strike missions for co-op, things like that. Maybe it's going to be like a rogue enemy person we're going to be fighting against, maybe your main enemy, or maybe like maybe one of the old Pathfinders that maybe got like kind of strayed, lost their way kind of thing. But this idea that we had was that they said that it's not going to be our main character, but they never once said there wasn't going to be a playable character. And it's very convenient that obviously they're dressed in N7 colors. They have a squad of there's a squad of 3. They're carrying familiar weapons. They have a Mako. That's all stuff that we would imagine would be playable, but they're not our main character. And why wouldn't Mass Effect suddenly get 2 playable characters? We're not saying he's the main character.
No.
Maybe he'll have a playable section at some point.
Yeah. So, and it kind of gets to the point, like you were saying earlier on, why does this one particular person have so much prominence in the main trailer that's being released for the next installment of a big game franchise?
Yeah.
And probably the most important trailer in the launch of the next game in a game franchise, purely because where the ending of Mass Effect 3 has divided opinion so much, and everyone wants to kind of know what happens afterwards, because we know it's not a direct continuation, but we know it's after the events of Mass Effect 3. We know it's going to be set afterwards, after everything you've done with Shepard and everything like that. So there's going to be a lot of interest there as to what happens and how fresh and new the story's going to be and everything like that. But why, when this guy isn't the main character, isn't your main playable character, is he getting so much prominence in the main trailer of a brand new game? Why is he so important?
And we're thinking of, they've said that their gameplay is going to kind of stick to the sound the same. They are obviously going to do improvements, but gameplay is going to stay very much standard. They're not going to try and change too much because they don't want to. It's not broken. The gameplay's perfectly fine. So I think they're planning to stay on it. But we were discussing the fact that in the trailer there's obviously a squad of 3. So if you're going to swap gameplay between 2 characters, there's already a team of 3 to already play with. So you'd already have your main character, or this guy, and his Krogan and female companions who would act as squad mates. And then if you did swap over to the main character, then obviously whoever they have on their side would be your squad mate. So there wouldn't be any loss of gameplay. And also the fact that this character in the trailer seems to be fixed. We were talking about how they're an N7 character. They seem to be male of some sort. They also seem to obviously have specific weapons. They have the Omni tool, they have the Mako. They're very specific. They're not a vague character. They're not like, oh, this person could be this. It's very much a specific image, and you're almost meant to like think that, oh, they're like Shepard. And so you're always thinking that it's a very specific character, and they're very important in this trailer, as you've said. So maybe, we don't know, but maybe you start off playing as this character, and maybe that sets the scene in the Andromeda Galaxy, and then you swap onto your main character. Or maybe you play a point of view of somebody else's point of view to maybe set up some story that we have to kind of get context on. But it's just a thought.
Yes.
It's just a thought we had at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And thought we'd note it down.
Which was basically the same as the Stargazer one, so now I'm thinking back, yeah. But yeah, I think it's something where if you look at examples like Halo, where you do have in the recent game coming up in a couple of weeks, there will be 2 main playable characters. In Halo 2 there was 2 main playable characters, and they were very much 50-50 in terms of the separate campaigns. It was all part of the same game, but you played essentially 2 different stories merging to the same point at the end. Whether Bioware decides to do that with Mass Effect Andromeda, I don't know. It's a bold step to take, considering the gameplay mechanics they've set in the past. So I don't think it'll be an entire game thing, but like you said, it might be a sectioned thing. So maybe 1 or 2 sections you play as a different character, and then the rest of the time you are your main playable character.
It might be a good way to set tone, because if they have a lot of story to kind of either set up or catch up or even establish, a smart way of doing it without actually having to doing conversations, cutscenes, and codexes and things like that is actually you play the context that you're going to miss. So you play why you're in the Andromeda Galaxy, and that could be a good way to start the game. Is a nice, and then you kind of switch over. And you've seen there's a lot of games that do that, where you start playing one character and then you switch over, and the first character story was basically just to set you up what that story is going to be. So we don't know. This is just a guess, but maybe he won't be our main character, but maybe he'll be a playable character at some point in the game. Hence
why he's got so much prominence and importance in the trailer.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our little ditty of a theory. But again, it is just a theory, so this isn't confirmed in any way, shape or form.
No, not at all.
Yeah, very much a theory at this point. But let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments. Again, this is kind of just off the top of our heads, just like the Stargazer thing was. But yeah, let us know. We'd be interested to hear what you guys think, and if you have any kind of expanded theories yourself on this particular theory, let us know, and we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all things Mass Effect, and you can also help the channel to grow by sharing the video too. And we'll see you again in the next video.